Hello, hello. I am currently waiting for tea water to boil, which is probably going to be done in a couple minutes. But I mean, it's not that far away. But you might hear it in the background. It's a little loud. Electric kettles boil fast, but they are not quiet because of that. Anyway, last time we worked on tequila. We had some issues with it. Solid fuel production and ice production need to be improved. So this setup does not work, unfortunately. It shouldn't be that difficult to modify it. But I think we need to make it that this and this are connected to the same belt. That would require red belt, but that's not inherently an issue. If the kettle starts screaming, you'll know exactly. Fortunately, it's not like the squealing kind, but it doesn't... It's more of like a gargling growl, I guess. The rolling boil. Wait, is it rolling or roiling? Or is it both? Oh god, is it both? They seem to have the exact same definition. Or a very similar definition. Oh, whatever. The water move around fast. There we go. Water move around fast causes some problems. But yeah, the issue with this is that this water plant and this plant are very close to each other. So we can't get the throughput of water we need unless we combine... Unless we either have like some tank here or some way to void ammonium. Which is problematic. We might... Okay, I think I see a way. It's awful, but I do see a way. If we get this over here... we can do another set of heating towers. It doesn't really fit, but I think... because of how heating towers work, we could probably do this again. And it should be able to pass through. Tanks for ammonia and a clear me out alarm. How fast does it produce ammonium? Because that's honestly not a bad idea. Like, that's legitimately not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more details to the socks. I'm assuming that's what that was in reference to. Because I need to figure out how to make it look shiny, because that's supposed to be gold. Like, it's a golden color, but I need to figure out how to make it look like it has a light effect on it and actually looks metal. But I did do some rough mock-ups and figured they're usable, so there's something. But I'll be working on it more a little bit. But yeah, I don't know how to make stuff shiny. I'll have to go learn art. Ooh, I think my water's done. Cool. I also need to figure out what to do with the greater than 15 months. It could just be like random colors at that point. Or even like, maybe I could put designs on it somehow? I'm not entirely sure what to do about those. Maybe like a pair of socks. Although, I'll admit, there's like... most of the pixel sizes is like a 32 by 32 pixel window. It's not... I wanted to do like socks with tacos on them or something. That does not work at all. There's not... you would have to try it with like 4 pixels. 4 pixel taco. But yeah, the clear me out alarm is not a bad idea at all. Because it would take 25,000 divided by 60 seconds to fill up, which is 8 minutes. And considering this is the last planet and I have nothing to do anyway other than work on a spaceship, I can justify that. Despite how really dumb it sounds, I think I can actually justify that. The only issue is how do we fit it? Maybe 2 tanks. Also an option. What is this one limited by? Honestly, nothing. Yeah, that's fine. Although it also just isn't running. I love how I'm doing this. Just feeding it 4 stacks of lithium so I don't have to connect it to the main base. I need to figure out how much holmium I need to feed. I also, Nephrim sent me a screenshot of his ship. So I'm going to test that real quick and see what stuff it needs to get to the outer ring. That is not what it's called. It's either that or voiding ammonia by doing rocket fuel, which is painful. Or voiding ice. Oh, but the thing is I need the ice. I don't need ammonia, so there isn't really a good way to use up ammonia. That doesn't also use ice, because literally the only thing I care about is the ice. Because I need a grand total of like 10 ammonia going into ammonia stuff, and then like 90 per second going into water. I mean, I guess it doesn't really work like that. But, you know, most of the reason I care about this is for the ice. I don't care. I only care about like 10% of its production for non-ice. This does fit. How much does a speaker? Actually, I don't even necessarily need a speaker, right? Because I will be here. Why is this not a bad idea? Why does it work so well? Conceptually. Because what else would I be doing? I would be occasionally looking at Novice and trying to figure out what all I need to build a ship. So I can just tab out every now and then to click on that. Okay. So I think one of our limiting factors was fluorine production. This can get to 3, 3, 3, 3. So we can realistically get all of these to 3 fairly easily. This might work better there. Oh, now it's working. Now it's auto-placing concrete. No, it's not. I don't know. I don't think we need a speaker. Because the thing is, I'm here the whole time. It's not like the risk is very high. So it's not a build that has to run for long. It's a build that has to run for 20 minutes total. So we don't really need it to be continuously yelling at us. This is so late in the run that we need like 20 minutes of production out of it, and then it's done. So which is why like 2 tanks almost just lets it run as much as it needs to. Like if we could fit a second tank in here, then it like never has to be cleared. Also, I want to test something. Does that have to be reset every time? I'm assuming it keeps the font size, but resets the location. Although that doesn't matter. Oh, no, okay. Did I like load a different file then? I don't know. Don't know where a good spot for the clock would be. Could be down here. Nothing's down there. Just trying to think where UI elements would conflict with it. Anyway, we need... Well, okay, we don't need these to run full speed, do we? Our goal is 2 lithium per second. A little bit over. Okay, so I think we need prod modules in these. Probably prod 2s. And if we do that, we need speed 2s or at least a speed beacon, which is fine. Okay, that's too many prods. This setup is possible. This setup could work. Okay, that's all right. Then I think I need to restart the base, see how well it runs, and see how much fuel we need. Although I think like 50 fuel probably is enough. Because once it's all heated up, these heating towers should provide almost enough power. Keyword is almost, but I think it's fine, because by then stuff should start idling. Because all of this doesn't necessarily run at the whole time. Run the entire time. We could also do a prod mod here. That reduces my ammonium consumption by a decent amount. Doesn't decrease my speed by a ton, does it? No, it's too low. Yeah, it's too low. Okay, but anyway, this setup only needs 20 now instead of 22, which is nice. Ooh, productivity. I do have it set to only have one productivity research, or the blue science one. I could probably cheaply enough get up to mining productivity 4 in time, or 3 in time, but I'm not entirely sure. Are there other veins I can use? Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3. We'll just say all of these are 3. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more to make it comfortable, which requires a little bit more scaffold, but not a ton, or ice platform. Apparently, I still haven't started using the correct term. I don't see a great way to heat this, actually. Okay, I think I would have to go... Something like that would probably work. And now this gets me the 20 I need when it eventually gets built. So how much heat pipe do we need total? I feel like it's a lot. 470? Is that a lot? I don't actually know if that's a lot. It sounds like a lot, but it's probably not too bad considering we have like a few hours to produce it. Yeah, okay, it's not awful. That's like 5,000 steel, which is what is how much steel would I be producing? I would probably be producing like a full lane of steel by this point. So I produce like 900 a minute. So that's like 5 minutes of steel production. Maybe 10 minutes of copper production. As long as they're slowly producing the whole time. Howdy, Beb. Which thumbnail did you get? Because it definitely has like 3. This feels so dumb that this works. Or should work. I don't actually know. Oh, you got that one? Nice. I feel like it's probably going to decide on one soon. Although, considering how similarly they are performing, I might just choose the one that I think looks a little nicer. I really... It's disappointing that you can't do A/B testing with the title as well. Because there are a lot of thumbnails that I think could work for some things, but would have to have a different title to work. Like if your title was like, can I do this? And the thumbnail said like yes or no or something. That would only work with that title. It wouldn't work with any other title you could do. So that means you just can't do A/B and testing, automatic A/B testing. You could technically do... You can do manual if you really want. It's just a lot slower and you have to actually know what you're doing. I didn't realize they did title translation. That's cool. Am I missing anything, chat? I feel like I'm missing something, but I think it's just that this planet is stupidly cheap. And that's throwing me off. Okay, and then we need to figure out how many holmium plates we need. Okay, let's just give it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's give it 400 and see if that produces enough science. Wait, why did that stop at 1600? One of these set wrong? Maybe we didn't reset the counter last time. Although I'm not entirely sure how that would have fixed it. Okay, so we get a slow trickle of lithium plates getting passed. But overall, it looks like our lithium plate production is too low. And I think it is limited by furnace speed. Let's see, 1.2 divided by 0.71 plus 0.71 over 2 is 1.06. So we do need slightly more speed here, so these should probably be... Okay, that should be a little bit better. Now it's 0.78 plus 0.78 divided by 2, which is 1.17. Still not enough speed, actually. So we are a little lacking in the science department here. Although it doesn't help that this is actually prioritized. Probably would be better to do this. So it is prioritized over the other one. Oh wait, we're not getting enough ice now. We are... Oh my gosh, this is output limited. This can't run full speed. Darn. You've just been using the item per second in the GUI now. It's so nice. But when I'm comparing a 2-to-1 ratio, that's why I had to do the math. Because this is only getting half of this one. Otherwise, yeah, I use almost exclusively that. But yeah, this does not have enough output to work. And this doesn't have enough production to work. I think we just have to use a red belt, and we have to redesign our ice and ammonium. Because this is just too finicky, and I can't connect these two together easily. So I really should just make this a yellow belt with 2 outputs. So that is a little tricky to do. Or sorry, red belt with 2 outputs. Or a supplemental yellow belt, but I think that's red belt's cheap enough by this point. Unless I'm missing something, is there anything here that technically needs to be heated like this? This might work. Oh, it is so close to working. Oh wait, it does work. Never mind. That just works. Yeah. No, that just works. Okay, let's see if we get better production now that we have more ice. I still might need a red belt, regardless. This heat pipe should connect through the bottom. It should go from here. Oh, this one isn't connected. Thank you. You are correct. I could also just shift this down 1 tile and do this heat pipe. And that probably also works just fine. Although that would be annoying with the chem plants. How's our power holding up? Power is fine. How much science did we get? Okay, we got 1,000 science from those plates. So I think 400 is fine. We didn't give it enough lithium, though. Okay. I don't think that needs to run any faster, does it? Uh, technically no. Yeah, technically no. It just was filling some internal buffers, I think. We can always give it a speed module if I need it, but it should be fine. Okay, this production is a lot more consistent now. It's not producing enough. I don't know why, but it's not producing enough. 2.32 times 5. Well, okay, worst case scenario, this is 12.5. This is 10. This is 7.5. Yeah, why is it not? Why is it not able to run full speed? Oh, probably because it had to fill up these internal buffers. Whatever, let's just add a single module, and then it's fine. Maybe even two. It's okay. It should be okay. Are we cooling fast enough? Maybe I'm not cooling fast enough. Oh, wait. Am I? Technically, I should be cooling fast enough. It's pushing it, but it should be okay. But I can also add another module there. In which case, I should probably do just this. Maybe even here, so it gets the science assembler too. Is the internal buffer just stupidly high? What am I missing? I don't get why they're low on liquids. My math is correct, right? Oh! Oh! I forgot this produces it as heating. Never mind, my math is not correct. Okay, I see the problem. I forgot this produces hot ketone. I thought it was producing fresh cold ketone. Makes so much more sense now. Okay, that was the issue. It does look like we need a red belt here. In which case, we should make it all a red belt. And then this should be running pretty decently. There, you know, there might be a way. Like if I change this. To be over here, we could technically get an ammonium tank here. I change it. Fluoroketone is the correct way. But sometimes I say fluoroketene because I read it as a teen, even though it's like a completely different... I mean, it's a very similar chemical group, but it's, you know, not the same. But sometimes I just accidentally say ketone, or ketene. Or ketone. That one's definitely not wrong. Oh, fluoroketazine. I mean, honestly, they all sound so similar, and they're all... It just sounds like a chemical, so it's not like they're that far apart at that point, right? What is this limited by? Is this limited by belt speed? I guess it's backing up. Okay, let's see what our new production is now that we have enough cooling capacity. Okay, there we go. We're producing almost 2 per second. There we go. Okay, so this is sustainable, it looks like. And if we hand feed it less than 800, we get enough. How much is a rocket? Can we make do with 1,000 plates? Is that all we need? That might be all we need. Why is my math so off? Also, why haven't these turned off? Oh. Oh, I see. Is not connected. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we're going to delete this. We're going to undo it all. And then we're going to prime it. Okay, we are at... Waiting for the timer. 2:01:01 0. Okay, so that's our starting time. We'll give it 1, 2, 3. That should start heating up. We need to bring some barreled water. think to be simple, I can just do this because I'm honestly not concerned about the unbarreling water phase. That should be easy. Give it a little bit of water to start the nuclear reactors. Hopefully fast enough. I don't know. With the way this is set up, I might need to... Actually, no, it should be fine. None of these will run or consume power. Well, they have an internal buffer, but I can always just not enable them. We have options. Do these produce enough? Yes, so I don't need the second module, which saves a little bit of power, not a ton. Okay, so far it's taken like 3 minutes to prime, which I don't think is bad. The main problem is that's still heating up. I think we do need 4 reactors, which means we need to redesign our power plant a little bit if we want to get the water. But 4 reactors, I think, would make a pretty big difference. Also, it looks like we get to ice melting pretty fast, which is good. Okay, so now those are all built. We're getting all of our fluids. I mean, heat's still trying to get there, but that should be fine. We will be connecting things, so like everything doesn't turn on immediately. And I can always prioritize just the power plant and then the heat going around first. And then place the rest of the buildings. Although, I will say this is going to be very obnoxious to hand build. This got a lot more complicated than I intended, because I completely forgot about solid fuel and having to void resources. But it's fine, I think. Okay, let's just give it... We'll do 400 holmium and see what that gives us. No, 600 holmium. And then we can also do lithium, which is... I think we'll put about... I think we'll put about 200. That seems reasonable to me. I don't know how many we actually need, but that should be fine. This runs so fast. It doesn't actually need to be that fast. I might be able to make do with speed ones in this. Let's see. Okay, speed ones do work. It can't support this running at the same time as these. Not fully, but it's pretty close. Okay, so these are starting to fill up. These are running well. I'm assuming these are still cooling. Yeah, so it's gonna take a bit for that. We probably need some concrete here, which we're just gonna spam everywhere along with some ice platform. Then we're just gonna do this. Why did that not work? Undoing it leaves it as a ghost? That's so weird. Okay, I mean, I guess it's fine. How's our power? Okay, power definitely fluctuates a lot, so I probably do need... I at least need this many steam engines. I don't necessarily need them to have this many heat exchangers, though. Because it is a power spike. It's not like a constant power. So if we have... If I need to fit another nuclear reactor here to speed up the heat generation, which would be a pretty significant boost in the cooldown time, I can always fit that in there. Hello, Red Rifle. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, it's been about 12 minutes to heat everything and get this started. It probably would be wise for us to put a heat to do this instead. Yeah. Yeah, we can fix that pretty easily, I think. Actually, if I am doing that, there's a redesign I can do of the power plant that I think looks a lot nicer. Yeah, I have a lot of penguin socks, to be honest. I own very many of them. Very many? I guess that might be a sentence. It's not a good sentence. Yeah, I have a lot of them. 10 out of 10, can recommend all the penguin socks in the world. Can't go wrong with them. We are low on power. Despite me saying we're good on power. So something's wrong. But I don't know what. This says it's only getting 50 steam. What are we limited by? Are we water limited? I'm very confused, actually. Why is this not running at full speed? Oh, wait, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, is it? It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, that's why. It's like a 1 to 2-ish. Or sorry, it's like 1 to like 1.1 or 1.2-ish. Not 1 to 2. I am surprised, though. It wouldn't be that hard to expand it. I could add another power plant. I could also... It might work to just do this. We'll just give it infinite heat for now, just for testing purposes. And then we'll see if it's fine. That didn't work. Okay, so that that doesn't actually output into heat. It outputs into a heat pipe. Okay. But yeah, having just like a little buffer for steam might be sufficient. Also, the sounds of, I think someone said ice cracking might be the sound they're going for there, but I don't love it. Okay, so this is like a 25-minute Aquilo, which seems not great. Although I guess we have to do this research anyway. Maybe it's fine. But yeah, this is like 40 minutes to do this base. I don't know what the problem... I don't know what its bottlenecks are, though. It seems largely output limited. Do I not have stack size researched? No, I do. Very confused, then. Is it red belt limited? Why is this not working? This should be able to move like 9 items per second, right? It's 1... Okay, 1 to 1.8. Wait. What? Is that right? Oh, yeah, because there's already 2. Duh. I forgot the fact that this was already scaled by a factor of 2 initially. I don't know why this is not moving enough resources. Honestly, it might have been the red belt. Nope. I don't know. I mean, it seems to be okay. We are producing technically enough science. It's definitely not the best base, but I think it'll work. Is there anything that I could add efficiency modules into that would be worth it? Because the thing is, this is very, very power hungry. So efficiency modules would probably go a long way to reduce our water requirement. It does. That is a perfect way to describe it. You're so right. Also, my math here is off. This can consume 16 megawatts, right? Which is 1.3. So I can do one more heating tower. That would not solve my problems, actually. It would literally not help. Well, it might help with my ice production, which seems to be lacking. Oh, also, how much sciences have I produced? Mostly I'm doing this test to see how much holmium I need. I gave it 600 this time. We have 500 there, so we're good there. Okay, so we need like 500 holmium total, I think. Max. Unless I'm completely missing a factor, but we only need 2,400 science. Okay, yeah, this is like a 30-minute planet. I think we need to fix some stuff. Okay, now we have plenty of ice once those stop. Redesigning this to have like a tank buffer could be good, although that is kind of expensive. That is a little pricey. I would like more heat though, which means I need to do this, which I don't like. Maybe I can move this lower. No, I can just move that lower. It's already not covering a ton of the water. But having a 2x2 reactor setup, I think is a pretty big boost. Because this is 80 plus 120 plus 1... No, 80 plus 80 plus 120, right? So that's 280? That's not right. 160 plus 120. No, that is right. Okay. Whereas this makes them all 120. So that's 480. So that's almost double the initial heat for free. Well, it's not for free. It's an entire extra rocket launch. But, you know, it's somewhat free if you ignore the costs. But it's free on this planet, just not free on Novice. That's a better way to phrase it. I could add one more. I could extend it a little farther. It's not a terrible thing to do. I might even be able to just put them over here instead. Free exclamation point. Exactly. just add a little note on the end of it, and then it's perfect. Ice platform. Oh, that needs ice platform. It's free with a 50-month subscription. $50 per month subscription. Exactly. Honestly, with how much the rockets cost, that's probably pretty accurate. Maybe one day we'll be paying that real... Actually, that wouldn't be a good thing, would it? Maybe one day we'll get to achieve our dream of paying $50 for a subscription, but I don't think that's anyone's dream. Oh, this isn't connected anymore. Damn it. The water tank is a necessity. So, I guess... I guess this setup's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Also, my dogs are barking a lot. It looks like they might be audible. Classic. Okay, this is working. I would say it's working better than it was. Oh wait, that's because nothing is running. Anyway, we got more than enough with the lithium we brought over, so we should be fine. I guess it helps that we find like 400 lithium, so we don't need as much. Now, this is making the assumption that I only actually need 3 railguns, which I think is a fair assumption, right? Maximum 3 railguns, but I can probably make do with less. So that is the assumption I'm making here. Yeah. Which is very manageable. So I would replace these with railgun assemblers and just hand feed them everything I need, which wouldn't be that hard. What was my biggest bottleneck when starting this? It was ice production and water. I might be able to do a buffer tank up here. The only problem is how we would connect it. But I could probably do something like this. Now that does mix the fluid, so I'll have to change how this pipe connects, but I don't think that's a terrible thing. Because I can just swap these. Without any major issue. Sure, that works. Okay, so now we can fit a tank here. And it should be okay. So now we have 3 tanks that we can just clear, which are, literally their whole purpose is to keep producing ice and nothing else, really. And then we're fine. Hopefully. Unless we're output limited again. Which, I don't know, for some reason it feels like we are. I guess it takes a while for the hand to empty and for it to be able to do a second item. I could bring a bulk inserter if I really need it. That's not the worst option if I am significantly output limited. If I have ice problems, I can always just make one. They're not expensive, right? If I just bring... Wait, do they need gears? I think they need 1 red chip and like 15 gears. Neither of which I'll technically have, but I could probably get them. And then we'll copy this. We'll expand the ice platform just a little bit. And then, yeah, we'll just do a messy connection. It's fine. Yeah, that one's broken. I swapped the 2 pipes and just haven't fully updated it yet. Fair enough. It's fluorine? That one should be the fluorine. Ugh. Is there a better way to do that? Probably. That's not it, but it works. Okay, so we have to do 2 tanks. Our 2 tank setup is awful, but I mean, it does what I want, I guess. Now, if I am doing this, I should probably not start scrapping ice that early. Yeah, this is a little bit of a mess. I think Aquilo will be our worst planet by far. Because I had trouble with it in base game. Also, we're not using lodge bots outside of delivering these to the silo, so that doesn't help. But like, this is a very easy setter to counter to set up manually. I don't actually have to limit these. It would actually be a lot better. No, that's not how I do it. There we go. Because if I do that and just remove all these from the logic, then I don't have to ever connect those. Now, it will overproduce by a little bit, but it's not going to be a significant amount. It should be like 5 science packs maybe. But if we just disable the output inserters, then I have one less thing to connect to wires, which I like. I mean, I can live with this. I wish we had more power production. I definitely wish we had more power production. It looks like we can make do with, like, gosh, 5 stacks of nuclear... Sorry, not 5 stacks. 2 stacks of nuclear fuel for this. Maybe I should just do, like, a normal solid fuel setup. How hard would that be? That's what it comes down to, right? Like, is it actually difficult for me to fit into this base? Yes. Yes, it is. With the terrible way that I have it designed, I'm going to go with yes. This is a dumb question. Do these deliver heat to everything around it? Because that would actually change things a lot. That makes it a lot less impossible. Okay, technically it is possible then. Okay. That can... This will reduce my reliance on the fuel later, is basically the idea here. This will make it that nuclear fuel isn't critical this late in the run. Why did I do that? Is that better? I want to say it's not better. Well, this one's necessary anyway. This one can just go like this, though. I don't know why I try to connect them like that. Okay, so it shouldn't have a significant increase in the heat production, but it should exist. Also, these should be blue inserters. There's no reason for me to bring both. I think we're output limited with this. But that should fix it. And then if we really want, we could probably get a beacon over there. But honestly, this should be fine. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be okay. Okay, yeah, this is incredibly messy. This is gonna suck to build. I am happy to know that we need almost no holmium. Although I am worried that my numbers are off. Someone said I needed like 1,300, but I don't know what that was for. So like I was expecting I would need at least 1,000. I mean, this reduces my holmium production by my holmium requirement by about 30%. Yeah, what was that for? I feel like I'm missing something. But I don't know what it would be. Like, we obviously can produce enough science. We can produce enough railguns. We can produce 3 railguns with this chest. Yeah, I don't know. Not entirely sure. Also, we can't run 3 of these ever, so I guess I could just do a normal connection there. That's a little bit cheaper. Or, sorry, we can't run 4 of those ever. Also, now that I have this, I don't necessarily need the ammonium tank. The one that I just redesigned this section for. We'll leave a gap for it just in case. But because this runs faster, this can technically... Yeah, this can produce ice almost constantly now. now that it runs about 30% better. Because it used to only consume 40, which could almost run ice constantly. Now it can. Okay, what's next? Volcanus is done. We don't export anything from Volcanus. There's a good chance Volcanus will be our last planet. It was going to be my second, but there's just nothing on here that I really care about. And also, it's one of the easiest planets to scale up. And if we do it last, it makes it easier for me to kill the Demolisher that I'll have to kill. That'll only be in the first run to get the achievement, but it's not a requirement in any percent runs to have to kill a Demolisher. So I need to figure out how those work. Yeah, I don't know an efficient way. I think a tank with uranium shells is like incredibly effective. Uranium ammo is kind of cheap. Can you kill a Demolisher with just a tank? Let's test this. Let's see how reasonably I can just use a tank. With some rocket fuel, probably. And then cannon shells. The non-explosive kind. Now, this would definitely work, but I think we can make do with these, probably. Okay, how do we drive this? Okay. I cannot figure out how we could drive it in editor mode. Okay, so now we just need to look for a Demolisher. I mean, they're pretty slow, so this should be okay. Wait, do I not have radar vision? If I get out of the tank at any point, is this just like... What? What? Is this how it normally behaves? This is bizarre. Is that how it behaves if it's outside the render distance? That's weird. Because, like, I figured it would just go black. Yeah, I just figured the chunks just wouldn't be there. Like, at all. So it surprised me. That's the wrong kind of enemy. Let's not fight a medium. Oh, is it only because it's editor? If it was non-editor, would it just be like a black void or something? There we go. I should be driving in darkness. Ah, okay. That would make a lot more sense. Because it felt a little off. I am terrified. Well, okay, will I have any damage upgrades? Realistically, I will have some damage upgrades. Explosive damage upgrade? I won't have that many. Wait, what affects cannon shells? Does anything affect cannon shells? Oh, the high tiers of projectile damage. Okay. Hello, Tice. Welcome. I'm trying to figure out how to kill Demolisher right now. I think a tank will work. But they're so hard to find. What the heck? These areas are much larger than I remember them being. Oh, this guy also has a lot to cover. But I feel like a tank with unupgraded shells should be fine. Maybe. I don't know. No, that is not working at all. That literally does nothing. Okay, so that won't work. Especially not with the acid stuff. Do I need uranium shells for that to work? Maybe I need uranium shells. And also damage upgrades. That gets kind of expensive, though. I mean, I guess I'm doing it because I want the achievement. I need to accept that it's going to be a while. You gotta hit the head? Wait. Really? Does that deal extra damage or something? Or is that the only way to deal damage? It does not seem to be working. Yes, but I killed one when I had production on the planet. I didn't have to kill one on foot. Oh, it doesn't have the flat damage. That doesn't look significant in any way. So do what again? Do the turret push? That is not going to work. That is not really an option. It might be possible if I can ship in raw resources, but getting enough turrets to do that with no damage, with very few damage upgrades is not effective. Ammo doesn't ship well, so I'd have to ship steel, iron, copper. Nephrons uses poison capsules. I could do poison capsules. On foot means use nukes. True. I'll definitely have those. Yeah, we could try poison capsules. Don't really know. I wasn't able to get that to work. Like, I don't know how to use them I don't know how to kite them effectively enough with that. But, like, conceptually, it seems fine. If we just have damage upgrades, does that make a big difference? Like, let's say we go up to this one. That is, like, triple the damage. Oops. Still very little damage, though. Okay, make a big cloud with the capsules, then bait it in. Oh, the trick is to not kite them. Gotcha. Okay, so you make the cloud first, and then you charge in. I see. Whoa, that was... Wait, what? I've never used cheat mode before. I didn't notice it just gives you the ability to spawn stuff while walking. That's cool. I don't want to walk around this cliff. How do I kite it in, though? Also, does this stuff hurt me? No. Okay. Oh, you can throw them out a lot. How long do they last? I do not know. How much damage does this deal? I died from the wrong thing. I forgot about the lava. That does almost nothing. Jesus. Is there anything that increases the damage of those? Do I need a bigger cloud? Is that the issue? Do I need an even bigger cloud? Because I can get a bigger cloud. That's true. It does more than 0. That technically is accurate. Ooh, hear me out. Quality poison capsules. Yeah, is it the area that matters? Probably not. Because you need to be able to throw down enough that it can take damage, right? Or start taking damage. Once it gets past its like healing range, I feel like it gets a lot nicer. Okay, so the trick is to not do what I'm doing right now. We can probably bring a couple fish though. Oh, and then we don't run into we don't run into our cloud. It doesn't deal any damage since it's pretty much insta-heal for the worms. Yeah, you need enough to get past the insta-heal. Do I really need to destroy the worm? What if I'm just what if I make a treaty with him? Okay, that almost worked. I need bullets. I don't think bullets are an option. Like, bullets, you need a lot of bullets, and I can't realistically get those fast enough. I need something that I can bring in enough quantity to fight him. Like, 100 poison capsules will kill him, if I figure out how. I just need to figure out how. or get used to it. Because this, we can ship 1 rocket. We can't get ammo fast enough. You need 50 turrets and like 1,000, 2,000 ammo. We don't have that. This is a speed run, man. We genuinely do not have the time for that. It is possible, yes. I don't know how, but I know it is possible. What kind of bullets are you thinking? Honestly, that works pretty well. Okay, I think that's fine. So yeah, it looks like 100 poison capsules will do it. Although it definitely slows down once it gets outside of the concentrated area, so it barely outpaces it. I don't you make bullets on the ship. I don't make enough bullets on the ship. I don't have 500 bullets to spare when I get here. If we do, then that means we made too big of a ship. Okay, so that's not too bad. We did kill him. Although we did die in the process, but that's not important. We managed to kill him. So I think we just didn't make a large enough cloud to start. To kite him into initially. How many can you throw before it starts fading? I wish it gave me more numbers. I might have to Google it. Because it's really like the stuff that does the most damage is this initial cloud. Power armor, that's true. We will have like exoskeletons probably by this point. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really need them for anything. So I wasn't thinking we would have them, but we might. Does the poison damage stack? I feel like it does, right? Okay, place one turret. Stack, poison, aggro worm, turrets fire, he re-aggro, turrets destroyed, he re-aggro. Do I have to have bullets in the turret, or can I just place a turret? I guess I could also watch Nephrem's run, probably. Okay. Oh, so I need it to. I need it to actually shoot him. Gotcha. But yeah, if we just have like one exoskeleton, let's see if that's a little easier. And then we'll probably have portable fusion reactors. I imagine we would probably have this plus a roboport. I could probably bring a shield, though I don't necessarily need those. Okay, third. Let's do another test. See if this strategy is fine. Because 100 grenades is hard to pass up in terms of simplicity. There we go. Okay, place one turret, stack poison aggro worm, turret fires, he re-aggro. So where should the, I guess the question is where should the turret be whenever I'm doing the poison stack? Yeah, this might be too close to him. I don't know, it might be fine. I should give myself one though, just in case. I kind of forgot. Oh, I did it in editor. Okay. I see how that works. So that just buys you a little bit more time to throw grenades. And I could put the ammo when I'm prepped for it. Okay, that seems consistent. Well, let's try it without spawning the turret, see if I can still do it, and then we should be good. I didn't realize poison capsules are so cracked. I knew you could do it. Didn't realize it was that few poison capsules. And then we need just a bit of ammo and then a turret. Okay. Oops. That was a misclick. I see the problem there. How do I work around that? Yeah, I guess I don't know how to work around his acid stuff. Although, it's probably fine. Because honestly, if we just have 2 exoskeletons, I think we're okay. I think the exoskeletons really help. Also, we can technically reload saves in any percent. I mean, it's not a good idea that I have... What if... It's ideal to not resort to that, but it's technically an option. There's nothing in any percent saying you can't reload. So we can do a save before we fight him to make it more consistent. Okay, we don't need any of those bodies. Okay, we'll need to look more at how to actually do the turret thing consistently without it getting destroyed by the acid, but I think it'll be okay. I think if I just put it a little farther away, it would have been fine. Like, I should have put it behind me, not to the side of me. And then while it's being aggroed, I run to the left or something. The scratchy noise? What scratchy noise? Oh, is my... I wonder if my headset was hitting... Or I wonder if my hood was hitting it. Hitting the mic. Is it still making the scratchy noise? Also, should I do more science production? I feel like I need faster science production. Because if this is my last planet, I should probably have more than 2 per second. How viable is it to get that? Not actually viable at all, I don't think. Let's see, where's rate calculator? Okay, we can increase the science production by like 10%, but that's kind of our limit if we want to do a yellow belt. So it's not not that great of an option. 2 science should be fine. We can technically get more science if we bring speed 2s and prod 2s instead. I think we get more science for the same resources that way. So that will probably bump us up to like 2.6 without any problem. Yeah, okay. That should work. Does this actually fill a belt? Technically no, but we can put speed 2s here. Because if this is our 3rd planet, we can afford speed 2s. We don't need a ton of them. I do need to set up speed 2 production on Fulgora, probably. Actually, I don't know. I don't necessarily need to export anything from Fulgora. I'm gonna be honest, I do not trust the amount of holmium I need. It just feels very low. And I don't know why it's so low. Is it because I'm bringing in like 50 lithium? Or it might be because I find like 400 lithium. Not 50, 400 lithium reduces our holmium. No, that's only by a stack. What am I missing? System edge is 2,000 science. Fusion reactor is 2,000 science. But we don't need a fusion reactor. We just need the research. This is 500 science. And then railguns. Yeah. Also, it just sounds very low. Like, it's not just that they said like that number, but I feel like I'm missing a tech. Because 400 just sounds really low in general. If it was like 1,000 or like 800, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, that's fine. But I need less. I need like 400. Like, I have to be missing a number. Do I need like no, I wouldn't need a research. I need 2,400 science. I think that's 6,500 divided by 2 divided by 1.4 is 2,300 science because we'll be using prod 3s. Oh wait, we're using prod 3s. Frick, we don't have enough. I miscounted my bioflux. How many eggs do you need for prod 3s? Almost nothing. Never mind. It is totally fine. We are already overproducing bioflux by a little bit. But my goal is to get... I'm going to hand gather all of the stuff I need for bioflux before I leave Gleba. I'm not entirely sure if I want to... I think what I'm going to do is go Novice, Gleba, Fulgora, because our Fulgora production is bad. I don't know, it might be worth it to do Fulgora first, because the reason to do Gleba first is to get biolabs, to save science. I guess it saves Novice science as well. But the main thing you care about is saving the other planet science's problem. Actually, no, Novice science is nice, because that will let me get more damage upgrades. Also, we need to look at some ship designs. 9 Diet, 5 Pepsi. That's a good name. Peak name. Yeah, I think we're good on all of our estimates, unless I'm missing something. Oh, right. Technically, we haven't finished this planet yet. I will say, I think my design is really inefficient. I also really like it. Hello, Mr. Mesley. Welcome, welcome. I forgot that I put the Team Rocket quote there. God, I love Pokemon. It's great. I mean, I couldn't not. I did want to actually make a Pokemon quote during the actual video, but I couldn't find a good spot for it. It just didn't flow very well in the words I was able to pronounce. Okay, I'm looking for a picture of Nephrim's ship right now. Okay, so Nephrim's ship going to Aquilo is incredibly small. Like, it doesn't need a lot of stuff. It has a lot of rocket production, which is just kind of off to the side. Why is editor mode not better? What button can I press to auto-place stuff? Like, I feel like I have to be missing something. Because editor mode using platform stuff seems jank. The easiest solution seems to just be... just spawn an infinite amount of it, and then just roll with it. Because it doesn't, like, auto-place it. There you go. This is Nephrim's platform. 100%. This is what Nephrim's platform looks like for a speedrun. To the T. I'm realizing now I don't have a blueprint of it. It's just a screenshot. But, like, the rocket production seems pretty straightforward. It doesn't look like he produces iron anymore before the trip to Aquilo, which makes sense. Oh wait, no, there's one smelter? Nope, never mind, it's replaced by this. Yeah, there's no science production. Or no iron production, which I guess makes sense. You probably, while you're waiting for like Aquilo science, you can just sit there and stock up with stuff from Novice. Because there's not really anything else that you have to be doing. And then fast inserter outputs, not because they're necessary, but because you don't need to send up yellow assemblers too. Now I don't want it to be like a pencil. So I'll probably make it a little bit prettier, but not a ton. But I think we're gonna make it not be like a circle. Because I don't think it will lose us a ton of time to give it like a slightly cool shape. Don't know what that shape will be. But I imagine we'll be fine. And then asteroid collectors never reach it into the silo. One thing inserter shape. Inserter shaped is a very expensive and costly build. That's a bit excessive, I think. That increases the cost of the ship by like a factor of like 4. So I don't think we can make that work. Is this all just based on basic processing? I guess when you don't have to produce explosives in space, you can just grab everything. Wait, where does it get calcite from? Where does he get calcite from? Does he ship it? I guess there's probably enough. No, there has to be a way to get calcite. It might just be manually. Have we tried a legendary burner inserter yet? We have not. We have not made a legendary burner inserter yet. Because I switched to doing this. But it's still my goal on the casual run. Although I saw a Reddit post, someone made... I'm assuming it... I mean, it could have been fake, but someone made a post where they had an entire inventory worth of legendary burner inserters, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Although considering how cheap they are, it's probably not a huge investment, but still, it was cool. Wait, how does he use a decider Wait, how does he use a decider combinator here? Interesting. Does he set filters? I wonder if he sets filters. Okay, so it's almost as fast as a regular burner, a regular yellow inserter. Fantastic. Or sorry, a regular blue inserter. All at the low cost of like 4 times the iron. Okay, so, oh right, there's very little solar panel at this point. So one of these would need rocket turrets. How many rockets do we really need? Because I'm trying to figure out how many railguns I need right now. Just a little jealous that we haven't reached that point yet because we got distracted by other things. We should have been focusing on what really counts. Why don't I have anything on my hotbar? I keep pressing buttons and none of it's working. Okay, one day I'll figure out how to use editor mode and not have to manually do so much stuff. Today is not that day, but one day. Okay, I think conceptually this seems straightforward, and then there's just a whole lot of gun turrets here. Okay, what I don't understand is how the rail... You know, I imagine the railguns are probably hand-fed. I think that's it. There's probably no reason to use manual gun turrets. Or automated railguns with how little you need. That doesn't get resources. Now it gets resources. Let's see. If you set infinity filter always to 100 and place down chunks up to 90. So that's not the issue. That fixes one of it, but my issue is this. My issue is that I can't just build on the space directly. That's what bothers me. It's not so much the lack of platform. It's just that you can't build anywhere with their like auto placement tools. But yeah, I usually keep it to like at least 200. It can work sometimes, but I can't figure out what causes it to work and what causes it to not work. But yeah, that's the part that always bothers me. Okay, so this is technically all the firepower they have. And then I'm assuming one of these becomes a railgun. Can you make do with one railgun, though? Go to the edge, one rocket turret is replaced by a railgun. Well, if that's the case, if he gets to the edge with one railgun, it's definitely hand-fed. No, it's definitely hand-fed at that point. What is this weird... The connections that they try to make are so bizarre sometimes. Don't fully understand how the space platform building works or what it's trying to do. But I mean, hey, it's trying. Do I need to be able to yeet nuclear fuel cells off the edge? I don't think I necessarily do. This is in the wrong spot. There we go. Because I imagine I can just hand clear it. Although it's also easy enough to eat it off the edge, but it shouldn't matter a ton either way. Okay, hopefully this works better now. We need an input. We need 2 outputs. Okay, that's good so far. This needs an input. Wait, did I not have to shift it up? Was it already in the right spot? I think it was already in the right spot. Look at that very functional asteroid collector. It's perfect. Okay, then these would go 1 tile over, so that way they can actually output on the belt. I can get a little bit more belt capacity if I use an extra belt here, which might be worth it. I doubt... I don't know. Belt capacity probably does not matter a ton here. But I could technically sacrifice some belt capacity. Or sacrifice... Actually, wait, can I? Yeah, because this will place on the inner... Both of those will place on the inner ring. So I could do like that, and then I can use both sides of the belt, but it's probably okay. These would be set with a filter, which he does using a decider combinator, which is interesting. Don't quite know how that works. But I need to practice building it anyway, so I figured might as well try without the blueprint. Then ammo production to make sure they don't run low, although realistically it's just going to be buffered and it won't matter. These don't look like they share water. I'm missing something. Yeah, this is for an any percent run. I'm definitely missing something. How does this get water? Oh, I see how it gets water. Okay, and then this would be here. Then I can do a water tank. Okay, water tank helps a lot for sure. And then you don't actually need a lot of calcite. So there's a good chance that I would just get the calcite from Volcanus before I leave. Or I probably just have enough buffered. I might just have enough buffered in the rocket by this point. Because if I have it crafting like the entire time, it's fine. But you only really need like less than 500 for sure. Less than 10 stacks. Probably only like 5 stacks to make it all the way out. I mean, worst case scenario, I could just use basic fuel processing too, like in an emergency. It would get me there. Just a little bit slower. For sure. Do we need is protection in the back something that's necessary? I don't quite know how those work yet. And then we need a heat exchanger, which it bothers me that this is like actually a decent setup to do a heat exchanger like that. It feels like such a wrong way to do nuclear fuel. Is it not called a heat exchanger? Okay, it keeps going to the other tab, and that was throwing me off, but clearly I was just missing something. Okay, at least I have that. Yeah, at least I do have infinite scaffolding, so this is a little bit nicer. I wish there was a cleaner way to do it, but it's a fine enough way to do it. But I would like to skip the middleman of having to press that button, for sure. Does water need to go anywhere else? He produces concrete, which is interesting. The only one parked. Wait, what happens when parked? Oh, rear turrets? Okay. So I do need them, but I probably don't need them like in a high quantity. Just need something on the back. But yeah, that's interesting. He does it like this. And he produces concrete for Aquilo. How much better does that pack? Concrete. Rocket capacity of 100. Okay, it is literally 10 times more efficient. That makes a lot of sense then. I see it now. You only need them if you remain stationary for 45 plus seconds. So I could also just tell it to leave constantly. Although that would be a little bit terrifying, but it would technically work. That's not supposed to be an output. One of these is supposed to be explosives. The other one is supposed to be iron, but that should be simple enough. Cliff explosives. Iron. Wow, yeah, these are... I didn't realize. A lot of our time is going to be spent building the spaceships. At least when we have to, at least until they're like completely memorized, which I guess makes sense. This isn't running for some reason. What does that mean? What does no path mean? Oh, I see what it means. It means there is this. If you remain stationary for 45 seconds, what kind of stationary would you be? A4. Is that considered stationary? Is it the paper or is it the rest of it? What all is grouped together? Actually, no, A4. I don't. That's boring. I would want to be a paperclip. I like paperclips. They hold things together. That seems reasonable, right? You think paper counts as stationary? I know paper definitely does. I feel like there's also more though. This needs to go down a tile. Wait, this doesn't. Oh, that does fit here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, and then you can fit like a stupid amount of those, right? Yeah, we can always shave them off later to go faster. Okay. So I think this is roughly the size of the ship we have to work with. We can make it a little bit... We can give it like wings, maybe. Move some stuff to the side. There's not a ton we can do that isn't super slow to build, which is unfortunate. Because I don't want to spend too long designing a cool looking ship, but I do want a ship to just, you know, not be like the bare minimum. But yeah, I would definitely... I'm definitely gonna go with paperclip. What about you? What would your go-to be? Also, let's just give it a bunch of rockets or explosives and iron. Let's see what it takes to get there. Save, space age any. Our ship wasn't destroyed, so that's a good sign. Let's give it like 100 calcite. We'll give it... Oh, do I need railgun ammo? Probably not. Railgun ammo should be fully... I should just have it buffered by this point. From your experience, paperclips are mostly used to open CD drives? What, when like the button fails and you need to extract it? Yeah, I guess these days they're less useful. Now that people don't just use water. You use paper as much. Everything's digital. Why can I not think of where explosives are? Okay, there we go. I feel like we'll need a lot more than this. But maybe it's enough? It's probably not enough. Oh, this isn't producing ice. That explains it. Power is low, so we would also need uranium fuel cells. Which should be fine. We can add logic to it, I think, to read like the temperature, and that'll make it waste a little bit less, but honestly I don't think that'll be a problem. We should be okay. Okay, as soon as we get ice, I think everything's good. Oh wait, we need to actually, you know, put the ice recipe though. Yeah, that would be a little bit helpful. That's reprocessing. There we go. Okay, since we accidentally reprocessed it, we'll go to chunk. It won't start this empty. So it should get better. And we're just going to put efficiency modules and everything, just to be lazy. There we go. I think this will work. Does it have power? It still has no input fluid. Oh my god, I clicked the same recipe. Why do I like that recipe so much? What's with it? I feel like I should not have made that mistake twice in a row. Now we mentioned paperclips and you immediately went back to universal paperclips. That's a good game. I mean, I can't play it for that long, but it's a solid idle game. Wait, maybe. Wait. Am I thinking of the right game? That one's like a mostly idle game, right? You didn't think of Clippy? Clippy is awesome. I do miss Clippy. Oh, right. We need to do targets. We don't need Promethium. Gosh, I wish there was a less annoying way to do this. I guess you only have to do this once, but it's still annoying. Yeah, it's not that annoying. Never mind. It's way easier than I thought. And then this guy, let's see if we can only target huge. How does that work? I haven't decided how much concentration we need. Or how much, not concentration. Oh yeah, asteroid density. Density. Close enough. They're basically the same thing. See, in Japan, they mostly had a dolphin instead. Wait, that sounds fantastic. A purple monkey. I do not remember a purple monkey. Also, this is not going to end well. I don't think. We did not bring much iron. We also have 0 railgun ammo. Oh, this is slow. What did we run out of? Water. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's just spawn some ice. That's not going to be a problem. We'll have ice. We can also unbarrel water if we're desperate. Was it Bonsai Buddy? That's a good name. Don't know what he does, but it sounds like a very solid friend. Okay, I don't really know how many rocket turrets I'll need. This is not set up right. That's definitely not set up right. Let's actually just stop at Aquilo. That would be better. We'll go to Aquilo first. This is very slow. I guess that's probably good. We don't want it to be fast because we will die. Bonsai Buddy is a very solid purple piece of spyware, so it's not a good thing. Wait, what do you mean hated? The dolphin was about as hated as Cliffy is on this side of the cultural barrier? I feel like nobody hated Clippy. Where did you get that idea? Who hated Clippy? Clippy is beloved by all, I think. At least a lot of people. I could do another thruster here, technically. Wouldn't be terribly difficult if I wanted to get there a little bit faster. Because at this speed, this is like a half-hour trip to Tequila. You all hated him? I used Clippy. We loved him around here. So I don't know what the difference is. But he was beloved. Because he's fun. We never said he was useful. He's just beloved. Like, we liked him, even if he did nothing. But yeah, he wasn't helpful. For sure. A waste of space. I mean, it's not like a... What kind of space? Like, hard drive space? I don't know. I think he's universally loved here, so... There's some barrier. I miss him. I wish we went back to virtual assistants that were, you know, useless and fun more than anything. Okay, I feel like this is 30 minutes, right? 30,000. No, 100,000 divided by 85 is 20 minutes. So yeah, this would take 20 minutes to get to the outer ring. Which, again, is still not their name. Despite how many times I say that. It's technically not what they're called. Rocket production seems fine. It doesn't have input, but it seemed fine. We're just trying to see if one railgun is enough, really. Which, honestly, I am tempted to do this. Which is a terrible idea. But I might have 50% asteroid density. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. If we do 50% asteroid density, I need more platforms. That is a little terrifying. We don't have that many... Oh, we do have projectile damage up. Actually, no. Explosive damage might be a bit high. Yeah, just a bit. Okay, there we go. That's a more reasonable level. Actually, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay. So this is not enough. Don't know what my limiting factor is. Rocket turrets. Okay, so we cannot go this fast. That makes sense. I'm not surprised. But yeah, it did not work. Reload. Although we don't have a save from that one because it's saved when we left Novice, not when we left Aquilo. See, Red Wraith's on my side. I don't know if he's being truthful, but he's on my side. Yeah, I need the Doge ship with the wall of legendary railguns or whatever it is. So yeah, we can't do two thrusters unless we do 2 railguns. Actually, no, that probably won't work. Unless we do this, then it might work. You know, there is a possibility that we just ran out of railgun because I was not babysitting it. Is there any way to get... We could remove a crusher. And I could maybe get railgun turrets automated. Maybe just go the intended speed? Well, the intended speed is for default settings. So, like, there's changes I can reasonably make that probably wouldn't be as costly as they would be otherwise. Because I think we'll probably have more rocket production. Although it's hard to say. Definitely hard to say. Yeah, if that railgun also helps with big ammo, we're probably fine. I don't know, that's a bit rough. We can also try 50% asteroid density. Like, that's always an option. I mean, this seems to be okay. I don't love it, but it seems to be fine. No, I don't think I can. I really shouldn't go this speed. Did we run out of power? I don't know what that was, but we definitely lost power. Okay, so we should take the ship, and we should definitely try it with 50% asteroid density, because that makes a big difference. Because let's see, the only downside of 50% asteroid density is that we would have to have 2 initial space science platforms. Many casual designs seem to use explosive rockets. That's for, like, Shattered Planet, though, right? Is that something that would be viable before the density gets that high? You love the sound of railguns? They scare me. I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of that sound. There's definitely a lot of manual stuff that goes on with this ship. But yeah, we might be able to go double speed if we do 50% asteroid density. So let's go and save this. We'll re-roll this with lower asteroid density and see if it works. Because I don't think doing a second space platform would cost us 10 minutes. Because, like, going twice the speed literally saves us 10 minutes of travel time. And a space platform is something I can just paste down and not think about for double science production once I make one of them. If I really want to, I can be incredibly lazy and just accept that it costs like 5 more rockets and not try to like maximize them. But there's some options. Oh wait, that is 50% asteroid array. Okay, never mind. We can't go faster than that. I didn't realize we already had it turned down. So yeah, we're doomed. We're doomed if we want to speed it up. Or, you know, we have to actually automate it. You know, we have options. And just going full steam ahead is not necessarily the option we need to pick. Okay, so intended speed it is. I imagine we just micromanage this and then everything's fine. You know it's powerful, but at the same time you don't really see what happened, and those huge rocks are just cut pieces. True. I still haven't figured out what like the beam from God was that killed me. One day I'll figure it out. Like it looked like the railgun animation, but the railgun animation is so fast it's hard to say. Maybe if I slow it down, can I like pause it in time? Okay, there we go. If we watch this for a little bit. Oh, wow, even that doesn't work too great. Okay, can we pause it? This is a quick time event now. No, we cannot. But yeah, I do like how it's like a beam from God that just destroys things. Kind of like the Hammer of Dawn. I guess the Hammer of Dawn is not really a railgun by any definition, probably. But I just love the idea of lasery beam of death. Even if the laser is just not a laser by any definition. And instead, a small projectile going really fast. Why can I not do this? Yeah, there's nothing else you can realistically be doing during this time, so like just hand feeding it is probably the strat. I wonder if there's a way to do like creative filters for this. That'd be really nice. Yeah, we did lose some turrets. Kinetic energy equals mv squared. Exactly. So we just need to make it go really, really, really fast. Oh, maybe not that fast. Okay, so we need to micromanage the ammo better. I could go slower. That is fair. I could drop it down to like 1 frame. I could also advance 1 tick at a time. I don't necessarily have to like stop it, but I feel like what I gain out of it is nothing. I just get to see what the projectile looks like. Which I imagine doesn't matter much. Also, our starting area is way too large. If we want to get biter eggs, we would have to drive down here. And then at that point, the biter bases get pretty big. Actually, I haven't really messed with it much. I don't know how biter base generation works. I know like worms become larger the farther out you go. Do the bases become larger, or do these always expand even without expansion bases? I don't have 2 engines. That's the thing. There weren't 2 engines. There's just the one. So we don't have a really good way to slow down other than switching to basic processing. Bases become larger? Okay. I thought that only happened if you had expansion bases on or something. So even like a close base would be large? Maybe less large? I mean, I guess the size doesn't matter. We can go through with like honestly just physical projectiles or combat bots or something. We have options. And it only matters this one time. Oh, hold on, do I have an important message? No, I do not. But I was supposed to respond to that one. Okay. Starting area size. What's a good size? 300% maybe? I'm trying to avoid finding that large of getting that large of or having to travel that distance. But if this blocks any patches I want to use, obviously 300% isn't a great idea. I don't know what this is. Install translating dictionaries. That pops up every time. Don't fully know what it means. So if they get larger, if we just like move it to like super fast, can we like watch it? Watch it expand? Or do I need to... I probably wouldn't need to generate pollution. That wouldn't have any effect. It would just be time. Because like this right here at 300% would be very usable. Like this base would be very easy to grab. It's great that expansion forces to make research... Wait. It's great that expansion forces to make researches that were not needed in vanilla. How so? You mean like on Gleba? I can't think of anything that you wouldn't necessarily need in vanilla. Ooh, show only essential technologies. Still don't really know what that does. Don't fully understand that button. Oh, it's essential. Is it essential text to beat the game? Or is it essential relative to what you're clicking on? I don't know. Oh, this has only been 13 minutes. But yeah, I think 300% seems fine, because that allows us access to a lot of patches. Maybe we could do 400. I forgot I had that setting enabled. There's a setting you can enable in editor that makes it that when you exit editor mode, you exit where you look, and it's not enabled by default anymore. Or it wasn't. But it looks like if you enable it once, it enables it in all of your editor runs. I don't know where it is. This one. Because by default, this was off for me. And it kept bothering me, so I added it back. Because I use that to quick travel a lot. And it was rough when it wasn't working. Okay, but yeah, we can't just sit there and stare at the base to see how large it would get. Just enable everything. True. Although I don't like some of them. I don't like seeing player inventory. Player inventory is annoying to me. Makes it that I keep throwing stuff in my controller inventory or character inventory that I don't want to. Okay, does this have enough stuff to make it? Probably not. I do like the idea that we can just kind of get rid of cargo bays as we go. Oh, that's one way to make us a little faster. Okay, that makes us like 10% faster. That's honestly nothing, but you know, it's technically fine. Is there a way to add an infinity chest in space? Yes, there is. Okay. I do not want to have to babysit this. I just want to see if damage-wise we can make it. Oh, wait. We have too much railgun damage, don't we? Huh. Why does it go straight to railgun damage 2? Am I missing something? That doesn't seem right, right? Railgun damage... There's no railgun damage 1. What am I missing? Is it hidden somewhere? Is there like a railgun damage 1 hidden under a Gleba text? Oh, that's so bizarre. Essentials are only science packs visible, so more or less tech tree is easier if mods decide that there's multiple choices of tech like SE. Or even what you need before yellow or Gleba science. Oh, okay, so it's just like the required. I mean, it is the required. I guess it... I mean, it is what it says. I just thought it was going to show any kind of prereq too. Like, I figured it was going to highlight everything you needed to research it. Level 1 is already researched with cheats. Yeah, but I can't unresearch it. Can I? Usually you can unresearch stuff. And I can't figure out how to revert that one. It's just hidden. Is it affecting it though? I don't see a damage increase. I'm very confused. Because if I research this... Oh, now there it is. Okay. Oh, I had it in queue. Did I accidentally like double click? I might have double clicked on it immediately. That makes so much more sense. It affected almost nothing, but I was confused. Okay, this should be fine, right? Yeah, we should be okay. I'm assuming our power is doing all right. As long as we produce enough water, we're okay. Which seems like it might be a big if. Okay, our ammo production is not fast enough. So we definitely need to buffer a lot more ammo. I mean, it seems to be fine, but we probably need a few thousand bullets. I've only done tests at 10% asteroid density, which you can make it to the edge. You can make it to the edge with like 100, like 200 bullets, like 100 rockets, like 10 railgun or something. It's really cheap. The only issue is you literally cannot sustain flight until you get like productivity researches. So you have to spend a long time idling a novice just to be able to afford a trip. So yeah, a little problematic. These are not ignoring unlisted targets. Oh, that's probably why we were going through so many rockets. Yeah, we need to make sure we don't make that mistake in the actual run. So is this literally just 20 minutes of doing nothing? Like, unless you make a faster ship, like, there's just... That's such a boring end to the run. It's honestly, like, because it's so late in the run, it's hard to justify having to micromanage filling this thing with railgun ammo. Like, it's really tempting to just put railgun ammo on a belt somewhere, and then I can just AFK. But it is a little cramped, so I don't know how well that would work. But yeah, definitely tempting, because then I don't have to think about it. I would need to remove some of these turrets, which could be a problem. Okay, so one railgun is more than enough at 50% at these speeds. I think our limiting factor is actually rockets if we want to go faster. Oh, that is very close. I guess the railgun can shoot any big asteroid that can probably hit us. Unless we get really unlucky. Might be possible to get unlucky. In which case, that would be quite bad. It's fine. We'll just bring backups. Worst case scenario, it destroys all of our cargo bays and we lose. Okay, so that can make it. It just takes like 20 minutes. We can make it prettier. The railgun will remove forward one, then one can embrace the spaghetti slightly and use an underground belt. Yeah, we could do an underground belt. We would have to cut some turrets, but we could do an underground belt. Okay, so we can almost make it. That would be a fantastic end, honestly. You were thinking of the rocket belt there? Oops. What a fantastic way. We make it and we lose our ship immediately. Amazing. Oh, I think it is because we lost all the cargo bays. My dream. Oh, that's not right. Anyway, if the railgun remove forward run, that's easy enough to do. Use an underground belt to pass one belt side through. The issue is that I can't fit another output onto this at all. We could shift the cargo bay, and then I could do something like this. Oh, that's at 2. That's why the frame rate's so bad. This would work. That's an option. So if once we get enough concrete, I shift where the cargo bay is, and then we don't have to worry about railgun feeding. A splitter with a filter could fit? How would that work? A splitter with a filter only works if you can put logic on the belt. So that's a lot more setup. So I'm not sure if that would... Yeah, oh no, it would guarantee clog. I don't think there's any way around it. Unless you know how much railgun ammo you have and you manually change the inserter. Which is an option. You could manually just change the inserter. What's the priority inside of the machine? Unfortunately, the priority is the opposite of what I would want. Well, actually, is it? Yeah, I would want it the other way around. So yeah, I would pretty much never grab railgun ammo. But this works. It's not a problem to move that turret at all. Like, this is totally fine. It has no real downsides. Okay, so conceptually, this is fine. We need to work on novice a little bit as well, and then we need to make a space platform that can work. We need to make a space platform that can work fine enough at 50% asteroids. Although realistically, I think we just need 2. I don't think we need one that works. That was weird. That was much louder than I thought it would be. Leave. Go back to Aquilo. Actually, go back to novice. There we go. I'm sure it won't break. I like how when you turn around, it doesn't re-render the asteroids. Like, it makes sense, because that wouldn't really... It wouldn't add anything mechanically, but it would be kind of neat. But yeah, we'll figure out how to make this better later. And prettier. We definitely want to make it a little bit neat. Now, we don't have a ton of coal rocks on this seed. We don't have an insignificant amount of them. We can get like 300 coal. That's fine. Yeah, we'll be okay. Okay, so I'm thinking, obviously, power here. Because that we can just get our starting power very easily by doing direct feed of this coal patch. It's also a spot where we can chop some trees. Would be nice, but I think we could do this pretty easily. Probably want to make it a straight line and just do something like that. Doesn't need to fit perfectly. It can actually go as far over as that though, which would be nice. And then we'll gather trees when we do the expansion. Something like that. We're not in editor mode. There we go. Or we were in editor mode, but we were in map view of editor mode. What? These you can place anywhere? Really? You can place offshore pumps wherever the heck you want them to be? But you can't auto-place rail? But you can't auto-place concrete. Okay. That's new, right? You didn't used to be able to do that? Wait, I remember the Doe asking about that and wanting it as a feature in the Glass Bricks mod, and now I'm wondering what the goal was, if it seems to already exist. Maybe I misread it. Or misinterpreted it. Honestly, there's not a great spot for an on-patch build. This isn't the... Oh, we need to remove that. That's not actually there. I spawned a biter to test something. I wanted to see how much bioflux you get from a... Or how many eggs you get from a single bioflux, and the answer is almost 30. Which is... insane when you only need like 400. I only need like 200 eggs. I want to say I need 200 eggs total. Though they are a little annoying to grab, but it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, I imagine we start here. We'll probably do Burner City here. Here would make sense. Nah. We will have to walk across the coal patch. This part actually makes a lot of sense. It's a little bit far from power, but it does have everything really close to each other. So I could do here. We'll see if we can make that work. It doesn't need to be perfect. We just need something. We're also not going to try to make it like tile perfect or anything. We just need a rough design. Because we just want to get a run in first. Although this would be easy enough to place consistently. Yeah, that's probably large enough burner city. And then we're very close to stone too. So I do like how close everything is up here. Power expansion is a ways away. It's actually, okay, power's really far away. Maybe this is not the best spot. I mean, we could technically, most of our designs aren't that based on a single seed, so we could roll for a different map, but I think this will be fine. Can I use this water? I could technically use this water for the first power. That's a little closer. Isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's like half the distance. That's a little more. That's a little better then. Now the real question is, where do I make the actual electric design? I imagine we'll have on patch copper here. Roughly. This part might, I don't know, this part could be tile perfect. I don't want the rest of my base to be like super complicated, but our first like two red and blue science, that's red and green science is easy enough to do. That's 8 going into 12. That is not the ratio. Yeah, this gets me enough copper here. Wait, does it? 8 goes into... No, 8 does go into 12. The stagger was just off, wasn't it? So it should actually look like that. Right? Is that right? 15 go into 24. So 8 goes into 12. Ish. Wait. Yeah. But rounding might mean I should just add a first. Okay, so coal can come through that way. It's a little far away. Maybe I should get coal from here. If I leave a gap here, coal can come from this side. And then we can just... Voila. That's not terrible. I think we can work with that. I think that's my goal. That's not terrible is what we're aiming for. What's being attacked? I didn't realize he was still alive. We're still trying to get here. Yeah, he's not doing the best. I'm sure he'll be fine. I don't think he's going to make it. We have a blueprint. That's the important thing. I'm surprised it doesn't auto-blueprint a ship. I feel like it should auto-blueprint a dead ship. Or maybe it does and I just haven't noticed. I guess it makes the auto-save, so it's not like they really need to protect it that much. Okay, but that's okay. So these would output here. And then this would be where the assemblers would go for green chips. We have all this space to work with for our pure iron mall. Okay. We definitely have a lot of space to do iron. I think if we use like this section here, then we can get like pure iron here and here. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any issue getting the iron we need. The more I zoom out, the more I realize this is a lot of iron. Okay, and then inputs will probably be long inserter. So then this, we have basic green chip design, very straightforward. This dagger I don't think works. Does it? Actually, it might. This consumes 6. This produces 2? What? No, never mind. That doesn't work at all then. Oh, right. These would be upgraded to steel furnaces by this point. By the time I would need that many. Maybe. I don't know. I think we just don't have enough. Okay, and then obviously we need gears. We'll have a mini science probably here. Is there a way I could automate the mini science with copper? Because that could be useful. Oh wait, we have, I forgot. This is a research that we have to get. So that means we need an earlier mini science. Honestly, there's no real reason for me to do that. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we gain enough. Yeah, I don't think we gain enough from automating copper into blue science or into red science. Do I care about supplementing the gears later? Possibly. So I could do this. This is very similar to the old design, I think. And then the mall would be here. So this is once we get the copper lane online. And then we need probably belt production here. Maybe earlier green chips could be nice. We definitely don't have room for that much copper here. But if we remove this, we can replace it with a supplemental copper belt and upgrade this to steel furnaces later. We're definitely not utilizing this copper patch very well. But I think that would be fine. Looping that around, it can just go straight through. Honestly, it could just go like that. That would technically be fine. It doesn't give us as many as I would like, but it probably gives us enough. Almost. Yeah, it's pretty close. Then we can always delete these if we need. None of these are mixed mining. We definitely don't have any reference points though, so I don't think we can make it this tight. We probably need to make it a little bit smaller. Because this is pretty close to mixed mining, so we couldn't get this offset at all. Actually, wait. As long as it's offset by no more than one tile, we're good. But we probably shouldn't aim for that low of a tolerance. Then of course we need belts, and then we need more gears. Gears, belts, more gears, maybe? So then mini science would be here. So that's a nice spot for mini science. Yeah, okay, this would work. No, that's totally fine. Then we have the science assemblers, which would not be red belts actually by this point in the run, but you know they'll be fine. 4 labs, I think we're good. I really need to figure out what a good amount of science is to get before we do electricity. Because realistically, we do need a larger, we need a larger burner city if we're not going to get iron, or we're probably not fast enough for it to matter. We probably aren't fast enough for it to matter anymore. I don't think I need to worry about that. Also, I might have to wrap it up here soon. I'm starting to get pretty sore. It's been a busy week, so I can't sit on my computer as much as I would like to. But I think we can finish up this lane and we should be good. So if we're doing this, we need to do this kind of design here, and then we can do normal lane like so. Normal. Normal's not the right word there. Oh, that does not line up. I don't think it matters, but that does not line up. Okay, so then we would have drills here and then looping around. I don't really see where I want to get coal from. Coal is a little bit farther than I would have liked here. But I think it's fine. Like, it's a very manageable amount of coal. It's just less than I would have liked. Does this give me enough enough furnaces? This might not give me enough furnaces. Or enough iron. Because these would produce, this right here would produce half a belt of iron, roughly. Which is immediately consumed. But I can't make it any longer if I plan to do a steel furnace upgrade. Although, planning for, like, the present is definitely more useful than planning for steel furnaces. Like, iron now is definitely more helpful than a little bit more iron later. I definitely don't want to lose that much of the space I have available. We can make it like 18. I think 18 is reasonable. That means I can upgrade some of them to steel furnaces, but it's not completely essential for me to upgrade all of them. There isn't a spot for drills there, so we can't make it that tight. That can be pixel. That can be pixel perfect. That should be fine. Maybe I just do this. Maybe I just cut a little bit of these and then we're fine. It's a little messy. Do I need to be hand feeding at this point? I don't technically need to be hand feeding anything at this point, so I could just get rid of all of that. Needs a lot less of the coal patch by doing it this way instead. And then maybe force of side load is always an option, although strictly speaking I don't need it. Now if I am doing this, how many drills do I need? Wait, do I have power on the whole surface? Oh, I do have power on the whole surface. I forgot I had that enabled. I really like that. That's one of my favorite things from the expansion for like designing. Or sorry, not even an expansion, that's just from 2.0. But it makes it so much easier to just throw something down and test if it works, and then worry about power pulls later. But yeah, these would produce, see, without mining productivity, which we would not have, or don't need to worry about, at least at this point in the run. Let's see, where's that? Rate calculator, these produce 5.5, these consume 5.5. So that, I think, this does have extra. And then we can always add a steel furnace upgrade belt like that would work if we ever upgraded to steel furnaces. So yeah, there's a way to get extra iron pretty easily. And if these are steel furnaces, we can only upgrade 6 of them to steel furnaces, but we should be fine. Is that 6? Nope. That was 7. So now we should have a better estimate of the speed. So that is 6.85. This is 8. We only need like a couple extra drills, huh? I could do this. That technically works. Although it makes it a lot less useful to get more resources out of later than having it thinner, but it does technically work. Okay, then we just need drills every chance I get here. Probably like gaps every like 8 of them. So I could do a supplemental lane. That's an easy number to count. I could do 8. I could also do 9. But that way I have lots of spaces I can build. I don't think we get enough coal with this design though. It could just be the latency. But we do have space for up to 8 coal drills here, which is fine. We just have to sideload it if we want to do it like that, which is really easy to do. Yeah, I was hoping we could kind of utilize this section here. But that makes our burner city really far. So we either have to have the electric city be farther or the burner city be farther. I think either way we're going to have something be pretty large and just kind of in the middle of nowhere. It looks like there's a good spot for our steel lane here, though. For later. Actually, I don't know. Steel could be here? Not entirely certain. We definitely need a steel lane. This is definitely not going to be, like, that optimized, though. How much I can guarantee. What is this? Did he actually make it? He made it to Gleba. Surprised he made it as far as he did. But it's probably, yeah, out of resources. Did some math. Would it be 13 plus 8 plus 8 or 9 coal per iron plate? What do you mean 13 plus 8? 9s. I'm not sure what unit that's in. It is 8/9. What's the 13 then? Oh. Wait, do you mean the other way around? You mean 14 plates per coal? Or almost 14 plates per coal? Which means it's a 1:8 ratio of drills. The annoying thing is, like, it actually is more about latency than the actual consumption. So, like, I know this is enough coal, but we wanted to start faster. But it looks like, so with that ratio, we wouldn't need any more than 4 at a steady state, though. So that's nice. Actually, yeah, we wouldn't need any more than 3 at a steady state. If I'm being lazy, I could just do 8 and just hand feed, or we can skip the hand feed and just we have 2 options. If we do bare minimum, we have to hand feed. Oh, we might also want this for we might also want it for the steel lane though. Yeah, but so far that's I think the size is fine. If I want to do science, can I fit it here? Yes, but not that well. Also, I feel like this is too small. What does the old any percent run look like? I can't think of how many values this used to have, or how many machines this used to have. It shouldn't crash if I load the save, right? It might take a while to load, but I don't think it's inherently going to have a problem. But I feel like I'm missing a significant portion of gear production. That was like almost no gear production. All right, there was also the weird on-patch stuff at the end. Okay, yeah, I am short 3 gear assemblers and 4 circuit assemblers. That makes so much more sense. It's like something here is lacking and I could not figure out what. Now I need more gear assemblers after the circuits, or in between the circuits, I guess. Because yeah, I think that ratio is good to start. It's hard to go wrong with that. Yeah, then we can do more here. Oh, and then this can also be used to... Oh, right. These are the ones that are used to fill the science belts in that design. Right. That's how it looked. Okay. So that part's totally fine, and then we need more circuits. Not like that, though. We could probably make do with... I could probably make do with 3 here if I really wanted to. Because this might not be long enough. This might not be long enough to justify this many circuit builds. Because that is 8.75. This consumes 10. It's close, actually. No, it's not close. No, it's not close at all. We would need to expand this and get more drills here, which is doable. If we get rid of this later, then it is definitely doable. Because then we can add 3 more furnaces, which adds, I think, just enough. That gives us an extra 1.8. Yeah, okay, that makes it just enough. We don't get enough for science that way. So it's not quite just enough. That's a weird sentence. It's not quite just enough. But I think we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. We can probably just lower our standards too, or lower the amount we're aiming for. And now we can do little buffer chest thingy. It's always nice to have. This is a lot of trees we'll have to chop. We need to decrease our tree saturation significantly, because this is quite a lot. And now for the mall. We definitely need a new belt assembler. We need 2 inserter assemblers probably. I don't think the order matters actually. Yeah, it shouldn't matter a ton. This is in the wrong spot though. Okay, so we can get... Oh, that's why I wasn't able to... I was wondering why stuff kept disappearing. I didn't realize I still had that check marked. thought I was going crazy. That should be much nicer now. Okay, there we go. Much better. And now we have science. Still not entirely sure we can fit enough in here, but we should be okay. And let's go up to 11, I think. 11 should be enough. I am still questioning reality, yeah. I lost all trust in everything forever. This doesn't technically work. It can be expanded later, though. Once we attach this, if we ever decide to attach this, then it could be expanded. At the moment, it's not an option, though. But yeah, I will question everything forever, I'm pretty sure. I'm never going to go over that. what Double Trouble did to me. This is not right. This is green science. This is red science. And then I wanted 11. No, I'll start with 10. I do like the idea. I could do 11 like this. Later. Honestly, I could even fit 12. No, I can't. That can't get... Never mind. That can't get an input regard of the fast inserters if I do that. So it's not really worth it. Okay, we do not get quite enough copper out of this, I don't think. Is there any place I can add more furnaces? That is the... Well, I guess furnaces aren't necessarily the problem, are they? It's really a matter of, can I get more drills? And I think the answer is yes. I should be able to. Because that can go here, this can go here. Then we remove this. We'll leave a little bit of a marker telling me that there was something there. But we'll eventually replace that too. Okay, so that's 20. Some furnaces have no fuel. That's fine. I'm not trying to get those. So that is 10.75. That's 10.5, so we would need this one. Technically, we would need both of them to make it run full speed, but it's probably fine without it. And then these consume 10.5, so we don't actually have enough for all of these to run full speed and these to run full speed. So I might need to just cut this production by a little bit or use like a prod module later. Actually, it might, we might have just enough production if we add that. Is that mixed mining? Yep, that is mixed mining. That will not work. Because that bumps it up to 11. Which gives us a whole half science per second. Okay, that's, yeah, no, not enough. We can't run all of these. We need one less. Which is fine. Like, that is 100% manageable. But it's something that needs to be done for sure. In our little buffer chests, which we can filter pretty easily. Now that we just start with filters. Okay, that uses a lot less of the on patch than I thought it would. And then, of course, the basic, we need inserters, long inserters, fast inserters, underbelts. That's not fast inserters. Underbelts, splitters, all that good stuff. Drills and assembly machines. And I think that's everything that we need from the starter one. Drills, assemblers, other assemblers. Okay, and then we'll just extend the iron mall as much as it can go. I could technically save like an inserter here, but I don't think I really need to. But it is technically an option. This doesn't need an output. I don't necessarily need to automate those. Which side do those need? These need that. Okay. These also don't need that kind of output. There you go. I do not remember how those used to be built, but this works technically. There might have been a gap. Actually, there probably was a gap between them. Yeah, but yeah, now we need more iron, which that tracks. We have not expanded it at all. And we're doing it in groups of 8, so that way we can supplement and maybe do steel furnaces later. But still haven't fully decided on that. That uses almost all of it. So that gives us this much space to work with for the steel lane and maybe blue science lane later. I feel like we don't have enough space for both of those. This iron patch is a little smaller than I thought, so I think we'll have to get blue science iron from somewhere else. So how many furnaces tall is this? Okay, that's... You know, there is a little bit of space here. We could probably get most of an iron lane out of that. It would be enough for engines. It's not enough for engines and circuits, though, so that doesn't really... That's not really sufficient. And that's also assuming that all of this goes into steel and nothing goes over here, which probably is not a fair assumption. How well is this working? Interesting to build on top of ore patches. Yeah, it's really common in like any percent. I don't know if it's a good idea in space age any percent though, but it makes like initial expansions a lot faster, and it saves you a ton of belt, and it also saves like splitters because you don't have to split lanes or worry about throughput of a yellow belt if you consume it immediately. So like you wouldn't need to split this into 2 lanes and balance them because they're just immediately consumed. Although this iron patch isn't as big as I thought it was, so it's a little bit... Well, okay, we're not using it as efficiently as we could, I guess is a better way to phrase it. We definitely need a reference point for something. Probably this, actually. I think we could build our base around this section and memorize it pretty easily, because that is a very clean patch that we can use. Also, our expansions are going to be a little bit slower than I would like due to the fact that we don't have electric drills. I'm not entirely sure how we'll figure that out, or how we'll work around that, but I imagine we'll be okay. And then now we need... I think we'd need iron expansions even before electric furnaces. We probably wouldn't need one there. Or sorry, not electric furnaces, before steel furnaces. We probably wouldn't need one there, but we might need a small supplement. And then I'm assuming steel furnaces would at least be upgraded. They actually wouldn't be upgradable there. It would have to be here and onward. Yeah, let's see if we can saturate the belt with this, because I want to see where I can put the steel lane. This might be fine. No, we need more. We need another supplement later. We need a lot more drills. Okay, this should be enough. Or at least close to it. What is that? Diet Peps. Oh, I forgot that planet's still alive. He's just struggling. Or sorry, not planet. The test ship that we made. We forgot a chest. There we go. Oh, that explains why I had so much iron. Okay, theoretically we shouldn't be getting enough copper, but I feel like we are, and that's because these are not upgraded. That explains so much. Also, these have an internal buffer. I think at a steady state we don't get enough, but we probably get close to it. You know, we'll get mining productivity. We do get mining productivity, right? So I could plan for it to eventually get full speed production, and then we're fine. Because if I do this, this guarantees that these run after we get mining productivity, and then we're okay. Yeah, that's probably the way to go about it. Because then once we start needing this at its full speed production, we'll be fine. Which is only 1.5 per second, which is honestly kind of low. So yeah, we would probably need to feed it copper if we want it to keep running full speed. Or we might just need another red or green science assembler later. It's hard to say because we're planning for 2 science per second from most resources. So we either need an increased production of red and green science, or we need a really large buffer for red and green science. I think increased red and green science later is probably better, because using a buffer does use up more resources that we could reasonably using early, especially like gears and stuff. Like these are nice. I forgot gears actually. I forgot this second gear supplement, didn't I? No, this is just supposed to be connected by this point. Never mind, we're fine. So I did forget it, just in a different way than I thought. Okay, there we go. And then more gear consumption. here by increasing this to a red belt. And then this could technically supplement it, although I don't know how much that matters, but we'll connect it either way. I forgot smart bolt is bugged. That's going to be really annoying. I really hope they patch that soon. I mean, I know there's a lot of things to fix, and they're probably all very tricky to fix, but it would be very nice. This does not do anything here. It doesn't supplement anything fast enough. I could do one assembler here, though. Get more gears at the end. We'll need some steel before we know if that actually works. Okay, but now the moment of truth. Can we fit a steel lane in here? That's what matters. These seem to be working decently well. I think I'm fairly happy with the... I mean, it is mostly just the old any percent design but rotated. So it makes sense that it's somewhat functional. Now the steel lane... We could put it here. We could put it here. Those are really our two options. The issue is I also want to be able to do red circuits with the same patch of iron, but I don't think we actually... I don't think we have that luxury. Because realistically, a steel lane would take up this entire stretch, and it's too wide. And this doesn't even allow us to supplement it with more iron. But there's probably ways we can do that. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to work with here. There's absolutely no spare iron here. We cannot get that. We cannot get the iron patch. So yeah, this just has to go here. That gives us 62 furnaces. That's a little bit short. We can extend it a little bit this way. We also need to decrease the tree density. We haven't really messed with that setting much, I don't think, but we have to chop a lot of trees for this, which is not ideal. Also rocks. We have to chop... Well, I think most of the rocks are over here. I think we just cleared them because we thought we were going to be building here. Then I decided to build here. Which maybe was a mistake. That might be why we're having problems. Yeah, this works. The copper lane there works. The steel lane works. I could just do off-patch steel. It might not be worth it to do on-patch steel. Because the thing about on-patch steel is it means I have to get iron later from either here or here, just so I can get to blue science. Doing off-patch steel makes it a little bit slower, but it also means I don't have to go far for iron, because I think I can get enough drills if it's on patch. Like, I shouldn't have any trouble getting, like, 40 drills out of this section. Or, sorry, like 60 drills out of this. Yeah, we can get more than enough. We could get almost 3 belts of steel out of that. It would be annoying to do, but we can get up to 3 belts. We can easily get 2, we can get up to 3. So maybe I can start building this way and have like the smelter be here. That could work, because then this circuit lane does have reasonable access to supplement blue chips. So I might just have it come from the side. I don't know if we need this copper lane then. We might not need this copper lane. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what our best choice is here. How much iron do I really need for... I need almost all of it, because we also need steel furnaces. Or not steel furnaces, electric furnaces? No. What are they called? Steam engines. Literally none of the words I said. None of the words I said. Also, we need more power, but that's easy. Power is easy, especially since it's just direct fed. And we don't need these lanes for anything else. So that should be easy enough. Honestly, power expansions are pretty reasonable here. Especially with this new design, it's not that hard to get power poles over there. I can words. Yes, I can words. I know words. I can name at least 4 words. Name, words, it, least. See? 4 words. Maybe 5 if we count I. Not entirely sure, though. That probably counts as a word. Although it's more of a letter than a word, so I don't like counting that one. But if it counts as if it's included in the word count for Google Docs or Word, then it counts as a word. That's the only requirement. Probably. Maybe not. It would also consider a series of B's with a space after to be a word, so that's really not a good standard, but you know, I can try to justify that. If I build this really tight, I feel like there is a world where it works. It's just that world might not be this one. And obviously we need the output. If we can make it one tile over. Okay. We can make, I think we can make this work. Yeah. No, it's tight. But it does technically work. So if we do this, and we like do a side swapper halfway, is what I'm thinking. Or we just accept that it's only working at mostly full speed for a while. So this right here is close to the amount of drills we need. So that's enough. If we get one mining and productivity, this is enough. Or we can just extend that far. So yeah, this would get us the lane we needed. So this instead would be side-loaded. 6. That's 11. That's too many. So it would look like that. And that is a way to get on patch and enough iron. I actually like that. One drill is doing mixed mining. Oh, thanks. There we go. Love that one copper tile and iron. Yeah, that that would have caused an issue. Thanks for pointing that out. I thought I placed it far enough down. This only lasts for 1,000 ore, but honestly, that's fine. That's like 20 minutes. Once I get all of the steam engines made, I don't actually need this much iron all the time. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. The old iron lane used to use like 18 per second. 17 or 18 per second, so it was technically more than one lane. We're kind of pushing it with just one. But we can also steal from this. We have options. I'm sure we'll be okay. There is an option to do on-patch smelting. That doesn't get us more... that doesn't get us more drills, though. That gets us less, so maybe that's not the strat. Honestly, there's a lot of iron here that we could probably route over there. Because this seems like it backs up pretty nicely. Also, it's so nice being able to like delete stuff and restart it without having a hand feed. I got so used to burner stuff that anytime I tested something, I had to rebuild it. Well, I had to refuel it very significantly, which took ages. Okay, how is this working? Also, we should give this a infinity chest with steel for now is the easiest way to do that. That way we can test what the actual throughput is. I think most of this should be able to work full speed, but I want to see where the iron is backing up and where it's useless. So far, nowhere, actually. So here does not have enough furnaces relative to the drills. So we can save 5 drills here, which could instead supplement steel if I wanted, or they can just do nothing. But we can definitely do a slightly larger steel if I do something like this. That gives me 5 more drills for steel. This is way too complicated. But it's fine. We'll have a picture. But realistically, I should not be designing it like this. What is the bottleneck here? Honestly, there isn't really one, I don't think. I mean, there is a bottleneck, but I don't think it's one I'm concerned with. Oh, we don't get enough iron. Okay, never mind. That is one I'm concerned with. Wait, am I missing drills? Did I accidentally delete too many? This is supposed to add up to 24. It's only adding up to 22. Huh, okay. That might help then. Which means we can also, if we miscounted that, and then we miscounted that, that gives us a little bit more iron. Also, this doesn't technically run full speed, so that would help a bit. Yeah, we don't get enough iron. Actually, we don't get enough gears and circuits more than anything. Although none of this isn't designed in a way where it's supposed to run uncapped forever, so that's part of the problem. We're stress testing the furnaces. We don't necessarily need to stress test the rest of it. It doesn't give us that much meaningful info. Yeah, I am happy that we can fit everything. So now we need a furnace or a steel lane. This doesn't work. Darn it. We forgot space for power poles. Does it work if I move it one tile to the right? It might still be fine. We'll lose a couple drills. But I think the bulk of them still run. Okay. It doesn't completely invalidate it. We do need some slight redesigns. But we can still get the 30 drills we need. Okay, I think we're fine. So that's 9. This should be 6. So yeah, that's fine. Wait, this has an extra. The extra should be here. Because these are going to run out. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Because I know one of these two is probably going to die pretty quickly. Because this only lasts about an hour. This lasts 2 hours. Minus whatever they're sharing. So it's going to run out. We'll have an extra one to make up. Actually, no, we have... By the time it'll run out, we'll have mining productivity. So we can just save the drill. There we go. So yeah, that still fits. So now I can actually fit the power poles, which is very nice. I wonder if there's any... I wonder if I should learn Blippi. Probably not. I don't think Blippi is going to benefit me enough. It would be fun. But I don't know. I don't know if I can really justify it. Also, we need to figure out how we're going to get coal over here. I think if we remove those drills, we still probably get enough iron. We might need to extend this one a little bit. Also, this is going to be incredibly annoying to build because of the gaps that we have. We'll actually need a lot of underground for this. Because we don't have enough space to shift this one more tile to the right, I don't think. We could make it work. We could make it work. If we really needed that space, we can move this power pole. Or we could leave a gap for a power pole there. But the main thing we need right now is coal. Okay, and then this would just cross that problem. Actually, I think it would be the other way around. Yeah, it would definitely be the other way around. Is that a faster way to do that? Definitely not. Also, it didn't even work. This is, though. No, it's not. I thought I had something creative and cool. It just doesn't work. I don't know which one would be built first. Actually, this would be built first, so that would go like this. Okay, so that part's easy, and then this just side loads, right? Okay, so that coal surprisingly fits. I really was not expecting that to fit there. And then I think we'll just buffer steel at the end, because we need to figure out how much we're actually getting. Use steel filters. I could just use a loader too, but this should be fine. Yeah, I'm assuming this is drill limited. Or I'm assuming this is furnace limited. That consumes 10. This produces 10.5 plus 5, so that produces 14. So we can't actually do steel furnace upgrades here. Or we can just make it longer. We have a couple options. But we don't have that many options. So now this should produce... See, that's 13.75. This is 10.5 plus this. So that's... 10.5 plus 2.5, is that 13? That should be 13. Okay, so we only need a little bit of this to be upgraded. This should be closer, right? Yeah, okay. So this is the steel lane size we can afford. Probably an extra furnace on the end to make it run a little bit more consistently, but we can't really afford much more than this. But that's okay, I think it works. This should still produce a decent amount of steel. Let's see, 2.6 steel per second. That's all right. That's a good starting. That's a good enough. That's a good enough amount to get us to bots. I don't know how coal got on that side. Is it possible for that to happen, or is it just built wrong? I think it might have... Oh, you know, it happened when we were messing around with this, and we accidentally sideloaded that. Yeah, we'll definitely... I don't know, we might not clean this up. This is... Like, this is passable, right? Like, that's what it boils down to. Like, this is totally fine. And then the nice thing is we can actually upgrade this to a steel lane later, because once we get mining productivity 2, that bumps it up. So now we should be getting, if we were getting 13, now we are getting 13 times 1.2. That's actually not that much more. It felt like it would be a lot more, but that's a, 20% increase in steel. So that gives me like an extra 0.4 steel per second-ish, somewhere around there. Which, hey, it's almost free, minus the 500 science it costs. But aside from that, we can call it free. And then this is what we would need for the iron lane. So this one should be really easy, actually. This can go wherever. I don't even know if we need to use this copper for anything else later. So I think we can just... I don't know, should I do it like this? If I don't need this copper for anything else, this is fine. If I want to use more of the patch, this is an annoying way to build it, but I think it'll work for our purposes. Also, we still have it sped up way too fast, and it makes editor mode really slow. Don't fully understand why it works like that, but it is how it seems to work. Okay, so my plan right now is to completely cover this patch, which I think is fine. I think we'll be able to live with that. So we have a steel lane here, iron lane here, copper lane here. So red circuits would actually be... How do I want this set up? Okay, so steel here. Engine production would be here. Blue chips would be... Blue science would be here. That would put red chips here. Okay, that's good. No, I think that's good. Then we have really close oil by this point. Yeah, that's actually really close. Now we can totally work with this. What time is it though? I'm gonna do a rough placement of the furnaces, and then I'll probably call it for the day. That seems like a good stopping point, because I just wanted to finish the on patch part of the build. Now we can. I think we should learn Blippi, because we're going. Well, we'll have bots. I don't know if Blippi's worth it. Like, we could totally use Blippi to speed up the building, but it's only really worth it if you have to build like 2 or 3 furnace lanes at least. Because it wouldn't be worth the time to do 1 furnace lane. Yeah, no, it wouldn't have any benefit there. Also, we need to get coal over here. But yeah, I don't think we could justify Blippi here, because this is the only 2 we need before we get bots. So it's hard to use it. It's hard to justify learning a trick for anything else. But yeah, there's not a good way to get coal here. Ooh, I could... Wait. Can we pass enough coal through here for the plastic that we need? We probably can. Because this doesn't consume a ton of coal. So we could do a buffered chest like this instead. And we filter out coal to the right. And then steel to the left, or whichever direction we want to do. Depends if we can get the run done in time. The goal isn't for like another week or 2. Okay, this works. No, this totally works. Then we can send it to plastic and we should be fine. Yeah, okay, and then the rest can go to plastic. I think we can live with that. Not entirely sure where plastic would go in this design. I'm not physically able to, like, grind to, like, keep records or anything like that. I just will. I won't really ever have the mechanics again to do it. So we're just doing it for fun. It's like I can play it and I can probably do it occasionally, but we definitely can't like grind for a solid time. We can grind for like an okay time, but it would be able to beat by anyone really. Yeah, that's why I mostly do meme runs and challenge run stuff these days. But I think this is workable. Obviously not as good as the seed, but I wanted to use a different seed. Even if the build I'm using is very similar. I did want to use a different seed. Maybe I'll redesign the on-patch mall or something to make it look a little different. Because this is very similar to the any percent build, just rotated. I guess it will look different once we get off on-patch. What is fun when you're not winning? True. If you're not playing to win, why even bother with games? Games are meant to be grinded and competitive. They were never meant to be fun. Okay, I think conceptually this works, but I need a lot more coal to make it work. So if we're gonna need more coal, I might as well do it like this. This would be a better way to do it, I think. Because yeah, we definitely need. If we're gonna send this coal to plastic, we need as much as we can get. I don't actually know if we can get enough for plastic this way. True, why even exist if you can't be the best there ever was? That's all I learned from Pokemon. You gotta be the best who ever was. It's in the theme song. we learned the right morals from that, right? That's definitely what they were going for. I think, yeah, that's probably okay. The other option is if we have a power plant, we could steal coal from that, but I think we do get enough coal this way. Okay, we need slightly under half a belt of plastic, right? It's like, I want to say 0.8. I want to say 6 plastic per second, which is 3 coal per second. Does Ash ever become the best? I don't actually know. Did he become like the champion? If so, that's awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm glad they gave him a resolution, because they stopped using him, right? Like, he's not the main character anymore in the newest one. So it would be a bit of a bummer if he didn't end up with his goal before they got rid of him. Okay, cool. But yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, thanks for the closure. I kind of stopped watching once. I stopped watching after Indigo Plateau. Actually, I like the Orange Island arc. I didn't really like May or Dawn that much. So I just kind of never got back into it after that. And I just never really followed it after. I love the games. I just stopped following the show completely. I have played like every single Pokemon game since then though, but not the shows. But I think it would be good to run this in a week or two. It's not going to be clean, but it's runnable. We still need to design a couple shift designs. But mostly we just need to figure out how many circuits I realistically care to get. Like, how much do I really want on Novice? Ooh, yeah. Actually, I think that's the most recent movie I've seen, too. I watched a little bit of the Lucario movie, which always made me think Lucario was a legendary Pokemon, and then it turns out he's just, like, a normal guy. Or just a normal Pokemon. But I always assumed he was legendary until I got him in Pearl. It was like, oh, okay. But that was the last movie I had partially seen, but I never finished it. Cellview was the last one I watched fully. But that's it for me today. I will be back tomorrow, right? When's Christmas? I obviously won't stream Christmas, but I think Christmas is on a Wednesday, so I don't think it actually affects anything. True. Articuno is pretty solid. Articuno... So I like Ice, but I also think Zapdos looks awesome. So I was torn on which one I liked there. So I wasn't... Christmas Eve is Tuesday. Okay, so I'll probably stream Christmas Eve too, because we don't do stuff until the evening. It'll be a shorter stream. It'll only be like 2 hours, but I will stream that day. Because for us, Christmas Eve is like an evening thing. Then Christmas Day is when most of our stuff happens. So I wouldn't have streamed if it was on Christmas. But that's it for me today. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.